not the only reasons that came up, but they are the main ones. The most important and central idea, and I know most of you have heard this one already, was that the German army didn't lose in the field. It was stabbed in the back by Jews and leftists on the home front who signed a treasonous peace. And there were some subsidiary beliefs that went along with this. They believed that there had been a failure of will on the home front, that the Allied blockade had produced privations, there had been political unrest, all of which was true, but that this had left the population vulnerable to these Jews and leftists and led to this bad end to the war. The generals believed further that the nation had not been sufficiently militarized. I mean, this all ties in. And that military justice had been insufficiently strict, thus allowing for incidents of desertion, avoidance of duty, and outright rebellion. This is why they executed tens of thousands of their own soldiers in World War II. And then there were some corresponding beliefs about the next war. First, that it was inevitable, that it represented the only way for Germany to regain its freedom, its national independence, and its economic and cultural rejuvenation, along with a position of world power. Second, that that war would be a total war that would call upon all of Germany's material and human resources and would target all sources of enemy strength. There would be no distinction between civilian and military targets. All means were justified in this fight for Germany's survival. And third, Germany would need an authoritarian government that would militarize and organize society in order to sustain this war effort, while the military controlled operations. Now, these ideas, together with the culture of the officer corps, made the German military the willing tool of National Socialism. And thus the officers were willing to help the National Socialists take power, launch a war of conquest, and assist in the regime's war crimes and crimes against humanity. Whole other lecture there. In the pre-war years, and then increasingly as the war went on, Hitler, his party leaders, and various rabidly Nazi generals ensured, through personnel policies, that Nazism became an ever stronger force within the officer corps and the high command. But even early on, there was never enough anti-Nazi feeling to prevent the Nazis from taking control. So now we can look back at that image that we talked about at